I'm Abhilash Rajput from Rose Public School, Suryali. So today I'm in front of you with a new chapter, and that is about the diverse natural resource of the world. In the previous chapter, we had studied about the resources. So I hope you have a better understanding regarding the resources. Many students have expressed their views, the topic that I had given to them in a very good way. ठीक है, I am impressed. ठीक है, so I hope you all are enjoying well. So let's, with a good spirit, let's we proceed with the chapter, chapter 2, that is diverse natural resource of the world. Before I start the word chapter, the one thing that you have to keep in your mind, as you already know, that humans, the requirements of the essential requirements of the humans are basically depends upon the resources that the nature has given to us. Okay, so for better understanding, must have to know first of all that natural resources are not found everywhere in a constant amount, in a similar amount. Okay, they are unevenly distributed. So the availability of all these resources depends upon so many factors. Okay, it depends upon the topography of the land. जब मैं topography word use कर रहा हूँ, I am using some of the terms. I will explain them. If you are not able to get them, you can ask me about the meaning of it. Topography का मतलब होता है भौगोलिक स्थिति. जैसे कोई जगह होगी वो बहुत पर्वतीय होगी, माउंटेनस होगी, कोई मैदानी इलाका होगा, कोई पठारी इलाका होता है. ठीक है, so the topography of the land, ठीक है, the availability of resources depends, availability of the resources and the quality of the resources depends upon the topography, then climatic conditions and the soil of that particular place. So that is how it is, that is why it is unevenly distributed. So as you are proceeding with the chapter wise, okay, you would come to know all about that, what reasons are basically responsible for them and why this diverse availability is to be seen in the nature. Well, so first of all, we must have to understand the very first things. Now in a very short, we are today just looking on to the physical component. Okay, we are just trying to know about the availability of physical component, that is land, water and air, land, water, soil. We are studying all about these things. So in that, we are first of all we are going to study about the land. Land is a resource that in earth we have found it 29% is covered with the land masses, and the 71% that we have found in the earth in the shape of water bodies. So the land that is available to us for our habitations, that is only 29%. Okay, around of your 6 billion population of the world is completely supporting by this percentage of land masses, means we are residing over here. Okay, then 71% is the water body, and that we can be said the availability of water in the shape of oceans, seas, and so all that, lakes, rivers, all that in that shape. So now the types of landforms. The landforms which I had also just explained to you, that the landforms, we also call it topography or topography of land. Okay. So in landforms are like mountains, plateau, plain. Okay. These are the basics landforms of the land resource. So you may have seen the variations in their physical features. Mountains are somehow elevated lands and mostly covered with forests. Plains are simply a very said to be a fertile land. ठीक है. Then the plateau region are basically known for their they are also known as the storehouse of minerals. ठीक है. I don't want to move on to the depth of it, but later on in the next forthcoming chapters we would study in detail about all these things. ठीक है. So far what you have to keep in your mind, that is that the types of landforms. Okay. So amongst these landforms, most of the population is being supported by this feature of land, a plain feature. ठीक है. The plain is the plain topography of land is quite suitable and it is very supportable, especially for the habitation of human beings, where they could able to carry out their economic activities. They can survive with their livelihood skills. ठीक है. So it is to be said, the data has been collected by the experts and it has to be determined by that collective data that 90% of population resides in the 30% of available land and the rest of the land is sparsely populated or completely uninhabited. कहने का मतलब ये है कि पर्वतीय और पठारी इलाकों के मुकाबले में हमें मैदानी इलाके में जनसंख्या का घनत्व ज़्यादा देखने को मिलता है और जनसंख्या का घनत्व ज़्यादा देखने को मिलता है और ऐसा माना जाता है, हमारे जो आंकड़े जो विशेषज्ञों के पास जो विशेषज्ञों ने जो हमें आंकड़े दिखाए हैं बताए हैं उनके अनुसार लगभग 90% जनसंख्या विश्व की जो है वो टोटल जो लैंड है वट एवर द टोटल अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ लैंड उसका 30% जमीनी हिस्से में ही मनुष्य रहता है और बाकी का जो 70% लैंड मास जो है वो वहाँ पे जहाँ तो बाकी की 10% पॉपुलेशन आपको बहुत स्पार्सली मिलेगी, बहुत बिरले रूप में, मतलब काफ़ी बिखर के, बहुत कम पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी अलग अलग इलाकों में, बहुत हार्ड एरियाज जो होते हैं जैसे पठारी इलाके हैं, काफ़ी घने पर्वतीय इलाके हैं, जो माउंटेनस रीजन्स हैं. ठीक है. तो वहाँ पे जो है वो काफ़ी हार्डशिप वाली, यहाँ पे सर्वाइवलिटी जो है उसके लिए काफ़ी हार्डशिप का सामना करना पड़ता है. तो वैसे इलाकों में जो है लगभग 10% पॉपुलेशन देखने को मिलती है. या फिर विश्व के बहुत सारे ऐसे हिस्से हैं यहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन देखने को नहीं मिलती है. यू कैन बी टेक एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ, चलो मैं नहीं बताऊंगा, आप खुद सोचना और अगले सेशन तक अपना दिमाग लगाना कि आपको क्या लगता है कि कौन कौन सी जगहें हैं ऐसी यहाँ पे आपको बिल्कुल भी जनसंख्या बहुत विरल देखने को मिलती है या ना के बराबर देखने को मिलती है. पता करेंगे आप जब मैं बताऊँ. ओके, एनीवे मैं आपको नेक्स्ट सेशन में बताऊंगा, तब तक आप अपना दिमाग लगाइएगा. ठीक है. ओके, नाउ इज दैट क्लियर नाउ? ठीक है. तो ये था रिसोर्सेस का क्लियर हो गया. हम लैंड रिसोर्सेज के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं. तो हमारे पास हमारी पृथ्वी में 29% जो है दैट इज लैंड मास और 71% जो है वो पानी से भरी हुई है, यानी कि वाटर बॉडीज के फॉर्म में हमें देखने को मिलते हैं. ठीक है. और लैंड फॉर्म्स जो हैं, ठीक है, दे आर बेसिकली डिवाइडेड डाइवर्सिफाइड इन द शेप ऑफ डिफरेंट लैंड फॉर्म्स इन द माउंटेन, प्लेन एंड प्लेट्यू. सदियों से, अब आपने हिस्ट्री में भी पढ़ा होगा, यू मे हैव स्टडीड अबाउट इन योर इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशंस की मनुष्य जो था बहुत सदी पहले जब सभ्यताओं का आगमन हुआ था, जब सभ्यताओं के बारे में हमें जानकारी मिलती है, तो वी हैड कम टू नो दैट कि मोस्ट ऑफ द सिविलाइजेशंस हैड डिसाइडेड टू बी गेट सेटल्ड नियर बाय द रिवर्स. ठीक है. और दे हैड सेटल्ड, यू कैन टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ हड़प्पा, मोहनजोदड़ो, Indus Valley civilizations are completely being found nearby the rivers. ठीक है. and it's a plain, completely a plain area. so सदियों से ऐसा होता आया है कि मनुष्य ने जो है अपने आप को हमेशा मैदानी इलाकों में अपनी इस्टेब्लिश, उसने जो हैबिटेशन है वो वहीं पे बनाया. अब इसके पीछे क्या रीज़न हो सकता है? व्हाट वुड बी द रीज़न फॉर दैट? सदियों से वो सभ्यताएं नदियों के किनारे क्यों स्थापित हुई थी? मैदानी इलाकों में, पहाड़ी इलाकों में क्यों नहीं जाके वो सेटल हुई? ठीक है. इसके पीछे कारण ये था कि उस समय उपजाऊ मैदान, यहाँ की उपजाऊ मिट्टी, ठीक है, और नदियों के किनारे इसलिए बैठे वो सेटल्ड होते थे बिकॉज द इरिगेशन फैसिलिटीज कैन बी प्रोवाइडेड, एंड मोर ओवर besides that these are also very economical and very beneficial for them to carry on their carry out their trade to carry out their trade affairs. ठीक है, और इरिगेशन फैसिलिटीज की अवेलेबिलिटी थी वहाँ पे. although this has also become the reason for their destructions too. जो फ्लड्स वगैरह आते थे तो उस इन सभ्यताओं का जो दिस civilizations got to be destructed. The reasons are also basically being responsible for this flood. ठीक है, so that is how the things well, that's another thing. ठीक है, we are not going to discuss about it, but the plains are most favorable destinations where the humans would like to be get settled. ठीक है, वो इसलिए क्योंकि समय के साथ साथ जैसे जैसे इंसान की ज़रूरतें बढ़ती गई, वो आगे बढ़ता गया, जैसे जैसे समय के साथ साथ उनकी नीड्स जो हैं, उनकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं वो बदलती गई. एनीवे, सो नाउ वी कम टू नो अबाउट द यूजेस ऑफ लैंड. इन ज़मीन का इस्तेमाल किन किन कार्यों के लिए किया जाता है? मोस्ट ऑफ द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ हाउसेस, ठीक है, घर बनाने के लिए, भवन निर्माण, ठीक है. देन ग्रासलैंड्स, घास के मैदान, ठीक है. माइनिंग, खनन प्रक्रिया, कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ रोड्स एंड रेलवे. ठीक है, आज के ज़माने में एज वी आर लिविंग इन द 21st सेंचुरी, ठीक है, सो द लाइफ इज मूविंग वेरी फास्ट. सो एंड वी आर आल्सो raise our or supporting our life with so many amenities. ठीक है, so all that's being supported our life, and they help us and they also help us to make our life run on in a very smooth way. So the infrastructure has been playing a very vital role. So that is why we are using the land as a resource. For the construction of roads and railways, we are using land as a resource. ठीक है, construction of houses, land as a resource. So grasslands, as we are also rearing a cattles and for the rearing of cattles, ठीक है, the grasslands are very requirable conditions. So the grasslands are also being arranged. So in mining sectors, as we are also being in the industrial processes, ठीक है, industrialization has also been increasing as in today's world. ठीक है, so the industrialization, and for that purposes, for providing or supporting our so many manufacturing units, ठीक है, the mining became a very necessary action or human action. So that is for that purposes also we are using land as a resource. Then for construction of roads and railway, as it has made our life very feasible, very helps to run on our trade affairs. So for that purposes, the construction of roads and railways, okay, the land is being used as a resource. So besides this, okay, some of the human factors are too responsible where through that we are using land as a resource. Amongst them population density, जनसंख्या बढ़ती जा रही है. अब पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रही है तो उस पॉपुलेशन के बढ़ने के साथ कोई जमीन खोड़ ना बढ़ती जा रही है. जमीन तो उतनी की उतनी है जितनी है, ठीक है ना, जमीन खोड़ ना बढ़ रही है, लेकिन जनसंख्या बढ़ती जा रही है. सो कई इलाके ऐसे हैं यहाँ पे फैसिलिटीज़ हैं बहुत ज़्यादा. अब जैसे गाँव के मुकाबले में शहरों में जनसंख्या ज़्यादा है. वाई? ठीक है, ट्राई टू जस्ट get an answer in your way to think. That why, what would be the reason that why the population in rural area in your village is not as high as compared to your nearby town or city. ठीक है, so you basically because in towns and in the cities we are getting more facilities. We are approaching to the more facilities are available to us. ठीक है, whether they are regarding our education system, whether they are regarding our hospitals, schools, colleges, or they are completely being arranged or constructed for us in the cities, ठीक है, but in villages we are not getting or we are not able to find them, ठीक है. So there are so many facilities, the good roads, ठीक है, and there are so many things, ठीक है. So that is why which can support our present life, which are much beneficial to support our today's life, ठीक है. The facilities, where the facilities are not available, you would have found a sparse population in sparse. आपको बहुत कम जनसंख्या देखने को मिलेगी, लेकिन यहाँ पे आपको बहुत ज़्यादा फैसिलिटीज़ होंगी, यहाँ पे चीज़ें, तो वहाँ पर आपको जनसंख्या का घनत्व ज़्यादा देखने को मिलेगा. तो वन थिंग इज पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी, ठीक है. देन नीड्स एंड aspirations. This is, I think I had covered this in the very first point, कि रिक्वायरमेंट्स बढ़ रही हैं, समय के साथ साथ हमें हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट बढ़ रही है. आज के टाइम में हमें क्या है, हमें एक अच्छी, आज के टाइम में हम लोग हमें अच्छे रोड्स की ज़रूरत है, हमें एक अच्छी ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम्स की ज़रूरत है, हमें अच्छे हॉस्पिटल्स की ज़रूरत है, हमें अच्छे इंस्टीट्यूशंस की ज़रूरत है, हमें अच्छे स्कूल्स की ज़रूरत है, ठीक है. आज हम लोग आईटी सेक्टर्स के ऊपर काफ़ी डिपेंड है, हमें अच्छे आईटी फैसिलिटीज़ की ज़रूरत है, ठीक है. सो नीड्स एंड एस्पायरेशंस, जब एवरीबडी वांट्स टू बी गेट डेवलप्ड, तो जब हम अपने डेवलपमेंट के लिए, जब हम अपने आधार को, हम अपनी इच्छाओं के आधार को अप्रोच करने की कोशिश करेंगे, तो उसके लिए हमें एक जनरल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए होता है. तो वो यहाँ पे हमें अवेलेबल होगा, हम उसी एरिया में अप्रोच करेंगे. तो और ये चीज़ें हर जगह अवेलेबल नहीं होंगी, ये कुछ जगह पे अवेलेबल होंगी. तो यहाँ पे ये अवेलेबल होंगी, वी आर स्टार्ट माइग्रेटिंग टुवर्ड्स दैट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट. सो तो वहाँ पे क्या होगा, वहाँ पे रश ज़्यादा होगा, वहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन का जो पॉपुलेशन की जो द नंबर ऑफ पॉपुलेशन वुड बी, वी हैव फाउंड इन इंक्रीजिंग नंबर एज कंपेयर टू द प्लेस वेयर दिस फैसिलिटीज आर नॉट अवेलेबल. Then development of technology, that this is another, ठीक है, another human factor which is responsible for the unevenly distribution of population. What I am talking is about, that is, these are the things that are basically responsible for the unevenly distribution of population, ठीक है, because the population is not divided equally. अब आप देखिए पहाड़ों के, अगर आप पांगी में चले जाएं, चंबा, पांगी, भरमौर, अगर भरमौर की पॉपुलेशन के बारे में देखें हम, तो वहाँ पे आपको इतनी ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन नहीं देखने को मिलेगी एज कम्पेयर टू योर नूरपुर और यसूर, ठीक है, या पठानकोट, ठीक है ना. तो आप खुद कंपेयर कर लीजिए, रीज़न क्या होगा. रीज़न यही होगा कि वहाँ का जो टोपोग्राफिकल सिचुएशंस हैं, वहाँ उस टोपोग्राफिकल कंडीशंस की वजह से वहाँ पे बहुत सारी फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल नहीं हो सकती. लेकिन क्योंकि पठानकोट प्लेन एरिया है, तो भरमौर के मुकाबले में वहाँ पे जो है फैसिलिटीज़ ज़्यादा अवेल हो सकती हैं. टोपोग्राफिकल कंडीशंस उसको इस चीज़ की एडवांटेज दे रही हैं. सो दैट इज़ हाउ वी कुड एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग्स. सो दैट इज़ वाई द पॉपुलेशन इज़ अनइवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, ठीक है. अब जैसे नागालैंड है, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, आपका अरुणाचल प्रदेश जो है, दे आर वेरी स्पार्सली पॉपुलेटेड स्टेट्स, ठीक है. हालांकि they had covered a lot of big area, but geographical area is quite high, but then too they are very sparsely populated. क्या कारण, थिक वेजिटेशन की वजह से, फॉरेस्ट एरिया ज़्यादा होने की वजह से वहाँ पे इतनी ज़्यादा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जो है वो इतनी ज़्यादा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की कमी है. अभी वहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट अभी वहाँ पे काम कर रही है, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग देम, असिस्टिंग देम वाई कंस्ट्रक्टिंग अ लॉन्ग ब्रिजेस, ठीक है, और गुड रोड्स, ठीक है, गुड रोड फैसिलिटीज आर बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड टू देम, ठीक है, द एयर फैसिलिटीज हैज आल्सो बीन प्रोवाइडेड टू देम. सो इट वुड टेक सम टाइम, बट if we start comparing their population distribution, so that they are quite sparsely populated areas. So this is all. Is that clear now? So I think I need not to explain once again it. Okay? So besides that, when we are using land, okay, when we are using land, as one thing I think you would have got in your mind, that land is here used as a resource. What we are studying in the chapter, we are studying the chapter that we are how we are using this as a resource, and for what purposes we are using land as a resource, and in what way we are using it. Okay? So here we have one thing that we got to be cleared in our mind, that is that we are using land as a resource. What? When we are using, because it is a fixed. What we have found, the amount of land, the quantity of land, the availability of land is fixed. It is fixed. Okay. Although our population is increasing, okay, but and as by the increasing of population, our requirements are also increasing. Our needs are also increasing. As we are getting, as we are putting ourselves towards the development, we are also enhancing our technical knowledges. Okay, as through that we are start utilizing this resource in with the help of technology. We are start utilizing this resource in a much advanced way. Okay, so this is fixed. The availability of land is fixed, but we are trying to utilize it as much as possible it can be. Okay, the way we can use it. Okay, at its utmost. Okay, but now one thing you also have to be get in your mind, that land is what, as this is in the physical component. So we are using it, this resource, in a very indiscriminate way. Means हम बिना सोचे समझे इस रिसोर्स का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे. ठीक है, as because there are some our human activities are basically responsible for it. कि शहरीकरण बढ़ता जा रहा है, अर्बनाइजेशन बढ़ती जा रही है. ठीक है, वी आर स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग बिग हाउसेस. ठीक है, टॉल बिल्डिंग्स. ठीक है, so why constructing all that sort of things, our availability of land for agriculture purposes is also reducing. ठीक है, due to the increase of population, now the people are also facing a problem. ठीक है, for constructing a house. ठीक है, the housing problem is again arising in our country, not in our world. ठीक है, so these are the things, because land is a resource, we are using it as a resource and it is in the fixed amount. But human factors, when we are start using them indiscriminately, okay, they would definitely become a problem for us. We would definitely going to face new challenges, new problems. Okay, not for ourselves, we are not creating a problem for ourselves, not only for ourselves, but we are also putting the we are also not left anything for our future generation. We are start putting them in a very difficult zone. We are putting them in a very different zone where it could become very difficult for them to get survival. Okay, so for that purposes, which human activities are responsible? Deforestation. Now, why deforestation is carried out here? Deforestation is carried because as the urbanization is increasing, as the population is increasing, urbanization is going to be spread a lot. Okay? And as the requirements and the needs of the peoples are also increasing with it. Okay? So the deforestation took place. When the deforestation took place, okay, that the land has been turned on into the construction of houses or something like that. Then overgrazing. Okay, when the availability grazing lands are misused, okay, then overgrazing problems would be arise and that cause a big trouble to us. Mining and constructions. Okay. Mining, the area which has been used for mining purposes means you cannot use that land source for any other activities, for any usable activities. So these are, and we are using these activities, we are performing all these activities indiscriminately. When we are not managing this activity in a proper manner, in a proper resource planning, okay, they are being stand in front of us with a new face of problems. So that is the point that we need to understand. So that is what we had studied so far about the land as a resource. I hope you would have understood it. Okay. Here the video as many times as you can, till you are not able to understand it. And if you have any query related to the content, you can ask. Okay, thank you very much.